Food Trucker School is now in session. This is episode 37. What's up, Food Truckers? Pat Flynn here, your host, and we are here to help you take your food truck business to the next level. Whether you're just starting out or you've been doing this for a while, this is the show for you. Today we're talking with Stephen Kars from King of Pops. You can check out their website at kingofpops.net. Yes, that's right, pops, like the cool ones that you have on a hot summer day. Check it out because it's an awesome brand. The branding is just so spot on, and they are serving many locations: Atlanta, Athens, Charleston, Charlotte, Greenville, Richmond, and Savannah. You got to check it out because, anyway, just listen in because you're going to get a lot of great information from Stephen, not only how they came about, but how they're expanding and how to brand the right way. Here we go. This is Stephen from the kingofpops.net. So I guess the first question I just want to ask is, first of all, welcome. And also, how did King of Pops get started? Tell us that story.
So we started it 5 years ago after I was laid off. I was working at AIG. I'd taken a lot of trips down to Latin America to visit my oldest brother, who was an anthropologist and was living down there. And Paleta was our inspiration for in Latin America. Popsicles there are made with a lot better ingredients and a lot more creative flavors, and just really kind of got into that and wanted to try to bring that back to Atlanta and now kind of throughout the South.
That's awesome. And what was it like to start your new business venture? I mean, you were coming off of AIG, which is obviously a completely different space than what you're in now. Was it tough for you, or what was that process like of actually setting up the business and actually getting going with it? Because a lot of people, they want to do this and they want to do things like this, but they're just dreamers, right? But what made it actually happen for you?
I think that we just set a time to start with the main thing. There's certainly more things that we didn't know than we did know, and not trying to have everything figured out. We just kind of allowed ourselves to make mistakes, but also set a firm date to start. And I mean, we also just worked really, really hard. I think that's one thing that's often missed. There's really no other way to do it other than a lot of hard work. So
yeah, absolutely. And for everybody out there listening, you can check them out at kingofpops.net. And they are currently serving Atlanta, Athens, Charleston, Charlotte, Greenville, Richmond, and Savannah. What was the first city that you kind of served?
Atlanta. And Atlanta's kind of where we're based out of. But yeah, all those cities kind of have their own local thing going on. And big thing for us is using local produce and supporting the community through all kinds of different events, whether it's like a field day at a local elementary school or anything like that.
That's cool. Why do you think King of Pops became so successful? Or have you heard from the customers as far as why they keep coming back and why you've just grown so much over the past 5 years?
Probably different reasons for different people. I think starts kind of with a really, really good product, and then it goes all the way down to our employees and how we treat our customers and kind of be a steward in the community instead of just a business. We try to do a lot. I mean, everything from things that are just kind of traditional, like a fundraiser or something, to and just having an event that is just for fun. I mean, that we just would like to be a part of, and we are a part of the community individually as well, and just things that don't have like a direct benefit, but might be fun, like a yoga class or just a popsicle shop style contest where just fun stuff, I think, is kind of one of the big differences.
Yeah, that's really cool. And one thing I want to comment on really quick is I'm here on your website, again, kingofpops.net. The branding is extremely well done. The page looks fun and exciting. And was it always that way, or was it kind of a page and brand that kind of evolved over time?
Yeah, it's we're still even working on that a lot. But yeah, it's fallen together. We had a strong logo, I guess, from day one. So that logo we've had the whole time. But other than that, it's just kind of been using our best intuition and what we like and what we don't like, and just, I guess, being honest is a big part of what we're about.
That's really cool.
Letting people look in a little bit.
Speaking of people, you have an amazing following on social media. On your Instagram page, you have over 8,000 followers. On your Twitter page, you have over 24,000. How integral has been and how vital has social media been to the success of your brand, do you think?
It's huge. I think maybe more so in the beginning. I don't know. It's hard to say, but especially in the beginning, Facebook and Twitter were how we told everyone where we were going to be, obviously, and we still do that today. But I think as we were getting started, it was even more important because no one knew where we were. We didn't have the most regular hours, or it wasn't like a traditional business model people were used to. So it was a fun way for people to keep up with us and tell our story in a little bit more detail than just how you can like on an about page, kind of an ongoing dialogue, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's really what social media is all about, is having that dialogue. And on your Facebook page, facebook.com/kingofpops, you have nearly 40,000 likes, which is amazing. And the cool thing that I can see from your page that differentiates itself from a lot of other food trucks and food carts is that you have a lot of images. And you're not just kind of saying, hey, here's where we're at, but you have a lot of images of your customers and of yourselves and of your product. What has been the most successful thing for you in terms of, what's actually working on social media?
Yeah, so I think I alluded to it a little bit earlier, but I think the way people are using social media, Facebook in particular, is changing. So whereas they used to use it for that type of thing, like, oh, this is actually where the business is, now it has to be content that is interesting for any traction to happen on an individual post. So we get a lot more of a response if we post something that it's just good content instead of this is where we're going to be on Wednesday night. So, I mean, it seems simple, but it's really difficult to pull off in a kind of an authentic way that is also good for your brand. And then also you got to be careful not to be posting too much. And then
right.
A lot of things to consider. But at the end of the day, if you're putting out putting out good content more than kind of repetitive, boring content, then I think your page will be a success.
I'm here on your Facebook page and I see the latest images, one of Girl Scout cookies in pop form. I think that's super smart because we all, at least at the time of this recording, have been seeing the Girl Scouts at the grocery store. And I think it's really clever. Very cool. Yeah.
We had a local Girl Scout troop that they came out and hung out with us the other day in the kitchen, and then they sold the cookies next to one of our locations.
Oh, that's
to be a little bit involved with what they do.
Yeah, it goes back to the kind of community involvement and doing more than just kind of selling stuff, but you're working with the Girl Scout troops. It's super smart, and you're making the world a better place by doing that. So of course it's going to help your brand too. Thinking back to when you first started, what were some of the big mistakes that, like, if you had a DeLorean that you could go back into time and kind of redo things, is there any one or two things in particular that you wish you had done differently or better or perhaps didn't do?
Yeah, I don't really know. There's a lot that I would change. It'd be easy to say that I'd go back and buy a little bit better equipment, but the lessons that we learned by going through that were pretty valuable, and it's pretty core to how we operate now. We kind of we were just very conservative when it came to space and our equipment. But I think the way they worked out is for the best anyway, because now we really appreciate and understand exactly what's going on. Other mistakes, I mean, we ended up in a food truck, in the cart, a little bit by mistake. Ideally, we would have just had a brick and mortar, and it just was a pure finance thing that we couldn't afford to get a place upfitted for what we needed. But yes, I wouldn't say there's nothing that ever sticks out as to like glaring things that we would change. Certainly lots of mistakes. If I could go back in a DeLorean, I think we would be making better product than we were on the first day, I guess, like you said. But I think the whole growth process is pretty important. And as far as like a community aspect, it allows them to kind of see you growing as well. If you're we never thought we still don't, and we never hopefully will ever think we've got it all figured out. So just keep improving, I think, is the main point.
Awesome. Fantastic advice. Just a few more minutes of your time, Stephen. Again, thank you for joining us today. Have you had any help or seen any significant push and help from sort of larger media sites like newspapers or other sort of bigger publications out there? Has that helped at all?
Yeah, certainly helped. CNN's based in Atlanta, and we have a few people work there that happen to be big fans. So we got some outsized press for how big our operation is. It was a story basically about during the financial downturn and AIG and all of that, and kind of a feel-good story of good things coming out of that. But I think we've always gotten good press. It's happened naturally. Just, for example, we purchased a farm last year to grow a lot of our own ingredients.
Nice.
That got us some pretty good press. And I think just doing things kind of the right way and not worrying about the way that's been done before quite as much. It's just makes it a little bit, I guess, more appealing for press in general.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's a very underutilized strategy that a lot of food truck owners have, and they kind of expect people to come to them, but oftentimes they're looking for amazing stories like that. So if you pitch it to them,
Yeah.
I mean, it's likely that could happen. A couple final things here. People starting their own food trucks, that first week, that first month, or even that first year can be really difficult. And what would you say to somebody who has a brand new truck, who is finally out there on the road, and maybe they're not seeing the results that they wish they had? Any inspiration or piece of advice that you could give those people?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to obviously get a ton of advice. I take a lot of it and then, filter it. But just, I think more important than the advice is just the conversations you have with the people that are trying to help you, to kind of allow them to be a part of what you're doing. Because that's just oftentimes just as important as the other parts of your business, your product, where exactly you're set up and stuff like that. And then just, keep putting yourself out there and showing up, and eventually a couple breaks will happen. It all seems like you have a plan, a business plan when you come out with it. I'm going to go to this food truck park or set up on this corner. And probably like we found 50% or more, say 75% of the things we thought we had all figured out actually work out as we thought. And if we just only stuck to the things that we thought we knew, then we wouldn't be doing a lot of the stuff that we're doing. So that sounds kind of abstract, but yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
Awesome. Steven, thank you again so much for your time. Again, everybody, kingofpops.net. You can find him on Facebook, facebook.com/kingofpops, on Twitter and correct me if I'm wrong, twitter.com/thekingofpops.
That's correct. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for having us, Steve, and we appreciate it. We'll put this out there to the world for you, and it's going to help out a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Steven from King of Pops over at kingofpops.net. You can find all the show notes over at FoodTruckr.com. Again, this is episode 37. And also, I want to recommend that you check out our Food Truck Growth Kit, which is going to help you survive and thrive the upcoming years with your food truck. Head on over to FoodTruckr.com/growth kit. All one word. Again, FoodTruckr.com/growth kit. Thanks so much for listening in. We appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next episode of Food Trucker School.